I learned two things from Akata Witch. One, it is really easy to make me hungry in a book if the food sounds really good. And two, I do not read enough African fantasy. This was such a cool, well done book. I don't usually gravitate towards young adult books, but this was something that I thought was just, it was a really interesting perspective. And it was a really interesting, like, easy entry into this world that I've never been a part of before. So when I talk about this book, I'm not going to judge it as a standard adult fantasy book. I'm going to judge it through the lens of a young adult fantasy book. The story follows Sunny, and she's an albino Nigerian American girl. And she discovers she's latent magical powers with the help of a couple of her friends who also happen to be members of this group called the Leopard People. They're a type of person who are magically touched. I really had no idea what Nigerian culture was like until I got to experience it through the lens of Nnedi Okorafor and Akata Witch. It was just so different. It's steeped in a misogyny that feels really foreign and jarring as an American, but also it's very endemic to the culture over there. But it's also really blunt and like focused on self-sufficiency, and like people talk to you like they just expect you to catch up and learn the thing as they talk. And I think that teaches a level of self-sufficiency that's like really important and that we lose when we do too much hand-holding. And there's very little hand-holding in Nigerian culture, but I think that's what made this book so cool. The magic system just is, and Sunny has to figure it out, and they give you these little epistles and they kind of walk you through these facts, but they never hold your hand. Okorafor also did a really good job when she juxtaposed her American characters with her Nigerian characters of demonstrating how aware the young black characters from America have to be. There's a young black man character who his name's Sasha, and he has to be so politically aware because there's so much danger for him as a young black man in Chicago in America. And he has to be so much more aware in America than he is in Nigeria because over there, he looks like everybody else. But in America, he suffers from racism and he has to deal with knowing all these political things are going on based around his race, and he can't do anything, and he struggles with these feelings of helplessness. And I just think she did such a great job of showing how that changes when you're in a group of people that looks like you. And I will say that we need to not just read diversely, we also need to eat diversely. You are sleeping if you're not eating African food. And the whole time they're describing jollof rice and fufu, and I'm like, you guys are making me so hungry. I really liked this book. I would say, because I'm more of an adult reader, this is young adult, adjusted for inflation from young adult to adult. I would say this is a solid 3.5 stars from a young adult perspective. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really great. It was something different. It showed me a completely different culture and perspective that I wouldn't have had otherwise unless I sat down and read this book. I'm just so fortunate that I live somewhere where I can order African food, and I think I'm going to do that.